Let's open this up with this right here. Number one. Okay, hidden colors 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? With all this information that constantly comes out almost every year, and the fact that you have to help this man financially to actually create this thing. What I want to get into is this. I want to kick everything off with this simple question to each and every one of you, and also to Tariq Nasheed. With all the information that you continue to give the people, whether it's accurate or not, whether if it's truth or not, I haven't seen anything that's related to progress. I haven't seen anything related to actually building something that will prevent these things from being true anymore. So it's just constant information, constant information, constant information. And to ask him this question, then he would say, well, you know, these people are not educated, so then we need to create another part of the Hidden Color series. Part 1 comes out, not satisfied with all the information that he has to give, that he wants to pass along or sell along. And so he comes out with Hidden Colors 2. Still not satisfied with people having enough information. So now he wants to sell them more information, so he comes out with Hidden Colors 3. Still not satisfied with the amount of information that people have received, so now he has to come out with Hidden Colors 4. Still not satisfied with all the information that he has sold these people constantly, these loyal people that is showing loyalty to him. They continue buying these things. Some of these people have all the series. Every time he even thinks about coming out with something, I mean, they are the first ones in line to buy it. Okay? Still not satisfied now. He wants to talk about Hidden Colors 5 coming out. You see, it's never ending, but what I don't see is solutions. You put all those together and count up all the monies that has been raised with all the Hidden Color series parts. That's over $600,000. $600,000 that went to one man. $600,000 that went to one man. Listen, I don't want to hear about this. Oh, well, see, that was the investment that we made so that we could obtain the information. How come he couldn't give you the information for free? If it's all about the information, and that's the most important part, or it should be the only important part, then where is money coming into play? So then you can say, well, see, it takes money to pay some of the people that he interviewed. Okay, well, wait a minute. Then we could just ask these people to do what they keep complaining that we are not doing. And that's sacrificing. And to sacrifice means to what? To not take money. Give this information to the people and say yes to be interviewed, knowing that you won't get paid. Because your payment is giving people the information that they don't have. So then, where's the rest of the money going to? It's going toward Tariq Nasheed. And it's going toward his bills, mortgages, car notes, and everything else. Listen, those bills, the car lots, the banks that give you loans for your mortgage, these are owned by white people. These things are owned by white people. So then that money is going right back to white supremacy. Right back to white supremacy. No matter how you slice it, no matter how you cut the mustard, it's going right back to white supremacy. You end up with an overload of information that you can't use to change your life, that you can't use to change somebody else's life. And the white man ends up with $600,000. And one person from our whole society gets the benefit of this. And that's Tariq Nasheed. No one else that's black. Tariq Nasheed. I could include his family, but I'm just saying his family would be included with him. So I'm just counting them as just one person, symbolizing one person. Tariq Nasheed and his family, and nobody else besides whites getting richer, getting richer, getting richer, more wealthy, more wealthy. Even off of something that is supposed to be something that we learn and then we use to apply to our lives, and then maybe solve some of these problems that exist that they're talking about inside the Hidden Colors series. But yet every year, instead of solving the problems, he comes out with even more information. This is manipulation at its best. It's having you believe that, oh, you know what? This man is on our side. Look at all this information. I mean, there's no way that he could be against us because this is some good stuff inside here. Then the next year you say the same thing because he comes out with Hidden Colors 2. And then the next year you say the same thing because he's coming out with Hidden Colors 3. Where, in all that time that has went by, did this man come out with something along with everybody that has been interviewed inside the Hidden Colors series, along with everybody else that's claiming to be public figures and on our side and fighting for us? Where are the programs that these people can be responsible for? What are the problems that's being solved that these people can be responsible for, accredited to? Come on now. Listen, you've been had. In every single year that he comes out with another part of the series, he's capitalizing off of it, and you're not. You think that you are. He's handing you something and you're smiling and you gilly and, oh yeah, you know, I got all this information now. I'm going to tell everybody that I know, and because now I'm smarter now because of all this overload of information. Whether I can prove that it's right or wrong, but still, I have it, and now I feel like that money was worth it. But was it really worth it? Is it really worth it? What about your life? Huh? What about the ones since the Hidden Colors series that have been murdered by white supremacy? So if these series of the Hidden Colors, what I like to call just a waste of time, if this was so important enough that we could collect it and then somehow be able to benefit from it, what about the ones that have died still because of white supremacy? How could Hidden Colors protect them? How could the information inside Hidden Colors protect them? It didn't. It didn't stop these people from dying. It didn't stop children from being murdered. Unsolved cases that were swept under the rug. And we gave the ones at fault a pass. We get hyped for about 2 to 3 weeks. We get angry and we may even create a couple of videos about it. After those couple of weeks have passed by, we go back to business as usual until the next one happens, and then we start all over again. But what we don't do is stop it from happening, period. We're not willing to sacrifice. We're not willing to sacrifice ourselves and say, you know what, not another one of us will be murdered because of white supremacy, because of racism. You understand? Because we are going to be on top of things from now on. I don't see any of these people talking that type of action. As a matter of fact, I don't hear them talking no action at all. All I hear these people talking about is something else that they can sell you. Next week, I'm going to be coming out with another part of the Hidden Colors series. Listen, I want everybody to cop a copy, buy 2 or 3 copies so that you can give your grandma one, you can give your great-grandma one, you can give your wife one, you can give your son and daughter one, and you buy it for $20-something. And most of these that you already bought sitting on the shelf collecting dust right now. It's too expensive for you to give it away. You're so selfish that you're going to hold on to that. You won't even pass that so-called knowledge to anybody else because you paid too much for it. If you gave it away, you would feel like that you wasted money. But ironically, why would you feel like you wasted money then? If it's so important, if this information is so important that it needs to be passed along, because you paid for it and a person that you would give it to didn't, you would feel like you wasted money. That doesn't make any sense. Someone tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Because if I didn't know what I was talking about, then I wouldn't have came to this conclusion. Hidden Color series every year. But where are things getting better at? I don't see it. So then all his mission is to just give us the information and get paid off of it, and then he goes one way and you go the other. But what can you do with that information? Nothing. And don't tell me no lies about how this and that. Listen, I got eyes and ears. I can see and I can hear. I don't see anything different. I don't see a change for the better. Okay? This man keeps continuing to come out with another series of this damn Hidden Colors, and nothing is different. Nothing is changing. Sure, everybody is more aware now, more educated now. But then, is it really benefiting you? How have you changed your life? Are things getting better or are things getting worse? I see things getting worse. So what does that tell you? It tells you that you got to have common sense enough to know that it takes more than just information. It takes action. Even the ones that were being interviewed inside the Hidden Color series, this is what they talked about, action. Okay? Action. But neither one of them are making sacrifices in the direction of action. See, they want you to do the action part. And they want to claim that, oh, well, my part is to give you the information and then that's it. Hey, that's all. That's my title. That's my job. That's all I'm going to do. You need to actually perform the action and make the sacrifices and so on and so on. You're more than just educators. Okay? You're more than just educators. You should be on the front lines with everybody else trying to protect our loved ones. As a matter of fact, you should lead by example and be the first ones out there, showing people that, you know what, I'm not just talk. I'm not just an educator giving you this information. I'll talk about it and then I'll be about it at the same time while I'm talking. They should lead by example. But it's funny, I don't see them going to the scene of the crime. They barely even talk about some of these tragedies that, I mean, you know, and I get real surprised because I'm thinking to myself, I know that these people are going to talk about these deaths. This girl that was murdered, her life was taken away from her. And not just her. I'm just using her for the example, but remember all the rest of our brothers and sisters whom were murdered? Their life is over. And it's all in vain because we won't do anything about it. All we want to do is rush and buy a copy of the Hidden Color series. It's not going to rescue you from your fucking tragedies and miseries. It's not going to do anything but pacify you. One of these days, and I hope this video is the reason. I hope this video is the reason that this takes place. But one of these days, you're going to wake up and you're going to realize, you know what? I wasted my time buying copies of the Hidden Color series and listening to these people. $600,000. And the only ones who have benefited are Tariq Nasheed and his family and, ironically, white people. You mean to tell me that this is something that is supposed to be for us? How is white people benefiting off of this? And, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you who else actually benefited. But I just associated them, putting them in the same category as white people. His white production team. Because, of course, they got paid. There's no way that they would do this for free. I couldn't imagine them just sitting around saying, "Oh, don't give us no money because we believe in this black movement and black education, and so we'll just do this for free." When Umar Johnson pointed that out, see, I always remember when these people decide to go against each other. See, both are frauds, Umar Johnson and Tariq Nasheed. But when they have a bone to pick with each other, when they're facing each other as enemies, this is when the truth comes out on both sides. This is when the truth, hey, you know what? This is when you start listening. Listen up, I'm telling you. Because both of them will spew nothing but truth out of their mouth. Why? Because each one of them wants to hurt the other. And they can't hurt each other with lies. Nobody would believe it. So they come armed with the truth, trying to hurt each other. And this is when you listen up, because you're going to hear all that truth coming out. And something that Umar Johnson said, he said, doesn't make sense for this to be for black people, this Hidden Color series, but he has a white production team. So then they benefit off of it. Tariq Nasheed and his family, they benefit off of it. And then, the ones who own the car lots, the ones who own the banks that gives you, access to your mortgage. And come on, man. What about the rest of the people, the millions that make up our society? What about them? Not a one gets to benefit. He sells you. He sells you a copy of this information. And you give him something that he can use that would help him benefit. It's called money. See, look at it like this. If this information was so valuable and you could actually benefit from it, he wouldn't have to sell it to you. He would gladly give it to you for free because it would have already had him in a position to benefit from it. You see? But he didn't start benefiting. He didn't start climbing up the ranks until you start giving him money. It had nothing to do with the information that he stole offline and from brothers that was willing to give him that information for free because they were flim-flam into believing that he was actually interested. But the only reason that he was acting like he was interested is so to obtain the information because it sounds good, and some of it is true, to let you listen to some of it, to draw you in, you see, and then sell you the rest of it. Say, look, I'll give you one or two things, one or two facts. If you want to hear anything else, buy my copy of the Hidden Color series. $25, $30. You still don't get it, do you? You still don't get it. The only ones who benefited was the white production team, Tariq Nasheed and his family. And the rest that got the bulk of that money, white people. Not you, not me, not anybody else within our society, but white people. It goes all back to white people, doesn't it? Huh? You can't hardly wait to give it back. You get paid from your job. Okay? Some of you that actually work. And the companies that you work for are white owned. Okay? So you take that money after taxes and then you give a portion to Tariq Nasheed to buy a copy of the Hidden Color series. Okay? Then he takes that same money. Okay? After giving you that copy, he takes that same money and he pays his mortgage or he pays his car note. So it's going right back to the white man. How do you feel now, huh? I know you're angry. I know you're flagging the video. I know you are just in a bad mood right now. But one thing about it, you won't deal with what I'm talking about because you can't. You can't. You can't go against the truth. There's nothing that you could possibly possess that could go against the truth. So you would rather flag me and try to call me names and do everything else that is just distractions away from the truth. You learned from the best. And that's Tariq Nasheed. That's the same thing that he does. He deflects. Somebody is brave enough to ask him a question. He blocks them. He makes fun of their family members, which has nothing to do with this. I mean, come on, man. It's so obvious that he's avoiding the question at all cost. I've seen this man get so 2.3 seconds get angry because somebody was brave enough to ask him a question that he didn't want them to ask. But he should be open for any questions for that matter. Am I not right? I mean, public figure, begging for money, but you can't do something as simple as answer a question? You gotta be kidding me, man. How many questions has he ever answered? Not many. Not many. If it benefits him and makes him look good, oh, he'll answer all questions like that all the time. But you start asking him dangerous questions to him like, man, is Tariq Nasheed your real name, man? I mean, you told us this, but, I mean, I believe otherwise. That nigga will block you. But notice something, though. Notice something. He'll never just come out and say and, just deny it. That person that was brave enough to ask him that very question, and he went off on and he blocked and he talked about the man's family and this and that. Now, notice that he never said that, you know what? Yes, Tariq Nasheed is my name. So in the roundabout way, he was answering it, letting people know that, you know what, this Marcus Sanders business, yeah, that's me. Because the first thing that he said is, who told you that? If it's a lie, who the fuck does it matter who told you? The first thing, if he was innocent, the first thing that he would have said is, man, who? Marcus Sanders? No, my name is Tariq Nasheed, man. He never did. Because he couldn't lie. He was pinned against the wall. Notice, since then, he hasn't put himself back in a situation like that. No more phone calls. No more people calling in anymore. He would see? Pay attention. Pay close attention. All this is going to end up exactly how I told you. The money will be stripped away. And that's all that has to happen. And every last one of these YouTubers will walk away. They're not going to be creating videos for free. They won't dare waste their time and create the same amount of videos and invest the same amount of time knowing that they won't get paid. I wish they could take away AdSense tonight. So by tomorrow, you could see exactly what I've been trying to warn you about. This is the only reason that they are still on YouTube is that money is still pumping. But notice, the process has already started. People are being denied AdSense. I warned you. It's already happening. It's a slow process. It's not going to be an overnight thing. Eventually, they will get to everyone. And they will start picking up the pace once the contracts have been fulfilled concerning these the rest of these advertising companies. So, I mean, come on, man. I think 2019 is going to be a very interesting year. I really think it is. A lot more people are about to wake up more than any other year that has already passed us by. I'm telling you. Watch what happens in the next couple of weeks. More and more, you're going to start understanding that I know what I'm talking about. I always have known what I'm talking about. I haven't been wrong yet, by the way. I mean, I'm not trying to brag about being right or being wrong, but it's what I'm right about. That's the most important thing. What I'm right about each time. They hate me because I'm right. I'm accurate. Notice they don't come out and say, oh, this man is lying and, I can prove it. I got all this evidence that this man is telling all kinds of damn lies on Tariq Nasheed and everybody else. They can't because it's the truth. Everybody see it. I only talk about what you can actually see and what you have already seen. I only talk about things that can be proven by just simply going to his videos and listening to him. The evidence is his own material. When it's like that, it's so obvious. It concerns me about most of you. Like, how come you can't get it? Is it that you don't want to and you just want to have fun and be entertained and just be wrapped up in drama? Or is it that you really can't see the deception and the manipulation? Because it's right in your face. He hands you something, and so you say, okay, well, he did hand me something, so he didn't flam me. But he did. It's what he handed you. Is it worth the money that you handed him? Hell no. Hell no, because if it was, he wouldn't charge you for this information. Listening to these people inside of Hidden Colors, okay, they should be ashamed of themselves because they should have been the ones that told Tariq Nasheed, listen, I'll only do this interview if you give a copy to everyone without charging them. We're talking about information that people need and how important it is, but then you're going to put a price tag on it? That makes no damn sense. And then people keep, he needs to get paid for his time. What? But look at the predicament that our society is in. We don't got time for that bullshit, man. Make your money by other means. But when it comes to information, it should always be free. It should always be free. Somebody got to try to get up money just to hear a bunch of interviews. Just go on the internet and learn everything what you need to learn. Use common sense to tell whether or not if it's actually truth and it makes sense or it's something that's meant to just mislead you. I mean, still, I have to offer this, okay? I'm not saying everything is just completely wrong when it comes to Black history, but consider this. How do we really know that a lot of these things are 100% truth? You can hear something or have heard something for 30 years. And this is why you believe it, because you have heard it for 30 years. But then somebody comes along and says, you know what? All of that you heard for 30 years is completely wrong. And they offer you the truth and you would reject it simply because you hadn't heard it for 30 years. Dropping the mic.